BingX, a trusted global crypto exchange. Trade spot, futures, or copy top traders easily. Sign up via the link or referral code to get 30 USDT instantly, plus up to 1,500 USDT in bonuses for verification, deposit, and trading.
Labor is demanding urgent clarification on a conservative plan that could strip thousands of individuals of their right to permanent residency in the United Kingdom. The opposition party asserts that those potentially affected deserve to know the precise details of the proposed policy. Anna Turley MP, chair of the Labour Party, has formally written to Katie Lam, the shadow Home Office minister, whose recent interview brought renewed attention to the controversial policy of retrospectively revoking indefinite leave to remain, or ILR, status for a significant number of people. In her interview, Lam controversially suggested that the deportation of legally settled individuals was necessary to foster a culturally coherent, United Kingdom, a sentiment that reportedly drew complaints to party whips from some Conservative members of Parliament. The proposed policy, outlined in a draft bill spearheaded by Chris Philp, the shadow Home Secretary, stipulates that individuals could lose their ILR status under several conditions: committing a crime, earning less than £38,700 for a continuous period of 6 months or more, or if they or any of their dependents claim any form of state benefit. Despite persistent questioning from journalists, the Conservatives have failed to provide clear answers on critical aspects of this policy, including precisely which benefits would trigger the loss of ILR and whether families would be subjected to separation. In her correspondence, Turley highlighted that Lam's interview had illuminated a policy that essentially entails deporting people who have played by the rules, who are lawfully in this country, working in our schools and hospitals and businesses and living as our neighbors. She argued that retrospectively removing the right to remain would break up families and communities as well as undermining the rule of law and trashing our country's reputation for fairness. Turley further emphasized that beyond questions of morality, your proposals raise deeply troubling practical and legal questions that require urgent clarification. The extensive letter poses a total of 25 questions, ranging from requests for estimates on the number of individuals anticipated to be deported under the policy, to granular inquiries regarding the specific reasons for losing ILR status. Regarding the income threshold, the letter questions whether this would encompass pensioners whose earnings fall below £38,700, or women whose income has dipped below this level due to maternity leave, or individuals who have reduced their working hours to provide care for children or other family members. The draft bill, as noted in the letter, defines anyone who has received any form of social protection as potentially losing their ILR status, prompting queries as to whether this includes claims for child benefit, state pensions, statutory sick pay, compensation for industrial injuries, or even one-off support following events like floods or evictions. The letter delves further, asking whether individuals could also face deportation if a spouse or their children claim a benefit, even if those dependents are British citizens, highlighting that many individuals holding ILR have children who are UK citizens. Turley posed the stark question of whether such individuals would be deported and, if so, whether the responsibility for caring for those children would then fall to the state. The correspondence continues by seeking an estimate of the potential costs associated with transferring the children of foreign-born parents with ILR into state care. It directly questions the belief that it is in a child's best interest for one or both of their parents to be deported. Turley concluded her letter with a powerful statement, asserting that the people you are talking about deporting are part of our country, our friends and neighbors and colleagues, people whose lives are intertwined with ours. The fact that this is where the Conservative Party is today shows just how far your party has fallen. Both the Conservative Party and Minister Lam were approached for comment. This unfolding situation raises profound questions about immigration policy, human rights, and the fabric of British society, leaving many to await further clarity on the potential ramifications for thousands of lives. The government's current stance remains a subject of intense scrutiny and public debate, as the implications of such a significant policy shift are being widely examined. The opposition's persistent calls for transparency underscore the deep concerns surrounding the potential impact on individuals and communities across the nation. The prospect of widespread revocations of established residency rights has ignited a fervent discussion about fairness, legal precedent, and the ethical considerations inherent in national policy. Observers are closely watching for any official statements or legislative amendments that could shed further light on the government's intentions and the mechanisms by which such far-reaching changes might be implemented. The uncertainty surrounding these plans continues to fuel anxiety among those directly affected and a broader public interest in the responsible governance of immigration matters. The gravity of potentially uprooting individuals who have long contributed to British society, working in vital sectors and building lives within its communities, is a central theme in the ongoing discourse. The Conservative Party's proposals, as currently understood, represent a significant departure from established norms and are prompting a thorough re-evaluation of the principles guiding the UK's approach to immigration and citizenship. The call for a clear and comprehensive explanation of these plans is therefore more urgent than ever. As the potential consequences are far-reaching and deeply significant, the public awaits a definitive response that addresses the many unanswered questions, particularly those concerning the welfare of children and the integrity of the legal system. This issue highlights a critical juncture in national policy, demanding thoughtful consideration and a commitment to humane and equitable solutions for all residents.